right, ladies, I'm going to be continuing the second part of my video, which is still continuing from this Kevin Samuels video, which is asking the question, what's the one thing modern women can bring to a man that they haven't brought to any other man? So we've looked at Britney's interview, and now I'm going to look at the second part of the show and see whether I agree with what he's saying or not. So let's continue with this part of the show. Okay, here we go, Mr. Samuels. Right, here we go. Let's go. Let's go for it, ladies.
Who you work for? You work for your man. See, I'm going to say this. I think so many black women, I think so many women in general, black women in particular, have lost so much, you don't know how to win. You look a good thing in the face and you fuck it up. Hey, the kind of men that you ladies want to marry are looking for different kinds of women. They're looking for women who are going to give up their careers. I tell you right now, I will not be with a woman who's not going to give up her career. You know what? I said it before. In high value men, we employ our women. She going to give up a career because I'm going to pay you better than your career going to pay you anyway. Being with these kind of men is better than having to get up at 5 o'clock in the morning and have to go commute, stress, this, such and so forth. You want to sleep in, sleep in. Who you work for? You work for your man.
Yep.
See, I'm gonna say this. I think so many women in general, black women in particular, have lost so much, you don't know how to win. You look a good thing in the face and you fuck it up.
They've lost so much, they don't know how to win. I think he means that we have lost our ability to be wives. We've lost our ability, we've lost our femininity, we've lost our we don't see family as important, so we've lost so much of our womanhood and of the gender roles. We've lost so much knowledge of the gender roles we're supposed to play that we're actually shooting ourselves in the foot by forcing ourselves to be like single and masculine and having all these kind of second and third wave feminist ideas. I agree that feminism and feminist ideas that were supposed to help women like enter the workforce or have the right to vote and things like that were okay. But I do think that feminism in itself has robbed women of our ability to think and be women. Okay, I might not be explaining myself properly, but we are women. Okay? We are women. I'm a woman. I have 2 hands and I have breasts and I have a womb and I have female reproductive organs. And generally, I'm smaller than a man. And I'm not as strong as men. And we don't have as much testosterone as men. We're not the strongest species. So in the old days, before feminism, we knew that in order to survive, we had to be under the protection of a man, right? So what feminism did was start to say that women should be given some right, the first wave should be given some rights to vote, because we were under the protection of men and it was good. But yes, I have to admit that there was some kind of abuse of the power that the men had. There was some abuse of the power that men have had over women over the centuries and millennia. So I mean, there was a time when men didn't even have to ask women to be married. They just literally saw you on the street, and if they like you, they'll just pick you up and take you home. And if your father didn't want them to have you, they'd have to fight, and whoever killed whoever first would be the winner of the woman. It was that kind of savage, okay? And then we started to develop and evolve, and then we started asking family for marriage, but the woman still was under the protection of a father and then under the protection of a husband. Women were not allowed to have property. Women could not vote. Women could not really play very strong roles in society. And they were even stopped from being educated, by and large. So feminism was trying to kind of equalize some of the rights of women, not equalize, but to give women some rights. So the rights to maybe choose who they want to marry, the rights to own property, the rights to vote, the rights to get a job, the rights for education and things like that. That was good. It would have been great if it stopped there, but then it became like over feminist, like toxic feminism, where, okay, now we want to have the same jobs as men. The G.I. Janes of the world who wanted to be in the army like men and cut her hair and wanted to say things like suck my dick, but you're a woman, you don't have a D. So, but those kind of films kind of portray to women that they could do anything a man can do. So that film G.I. Jane, for example, the subliminal messages under that was that a woman can literally be a soldier like a man. So, and then as time went on, there were so many other depictions of women doing things that men can do. Anything you can do, I can do better, and all that kind of stuff. They want the same pay. They want, so that kind of feminism, you should be free. You don't even have to marry. You don't even have to have a baby. So all this, we've lost all this over the years, made us lose our femininity, is all I'm trying to say. Femininity was then even seen, traditional femininity and gender was now seen as archaic. And you're too conservative and you're too old-fashioned. And they were actually poo-pooing feminine women. Oh, why are you so soft? Why are you staying at home and looking after your children? It was almost like society started to tell women that being feminine was not a good thing. And films like Sex and the City also like pushed that agenda, right? Like Carrie Bradshaw and her friends, they didn't want to cook. So the whole idea of women cooking became like taboo. Women were going around saying, I don't even cook. Women were like ordering food every evening. Sex and the City showed you that women can order food every evening. All they had to do was drink margaritas, and all they had to do is go to Dubai and go on girls' trip and go on hot girl summer. They didn't really need men. Samantha was shown to be able to change boyfriends as much as she want. And she had the masculine role in the relationship, and so on and so forth. So these television programs, magazines, Cosmopolitan, everything made us lose our femininity. And I think what Kevin is saying is that we've lost so much that we don't even know when we are winning. So when a good man comes and he wants to bring us and he's trying to take us back into our old gender roles, we actually see it as if the man is trying to treat us as slaves. Because I remember watching one of his live streams about a year ago where the girl said, I don't want to be anybody's slave. So she thought that being a wife who doesn't have to wake up and go to work and who has the luxury of being at home, whose husband like buys everything that she wants. You want to see what my house looks like, right? I don't even work. Yeah, but look, I have a whole closet full of stuff that most women who work don't have. And why am I saying this? If you're with a man that looks after you, you're going to be like so comfortable. You're going to have the best of everything. All you have to do is just stay in your feminine space and let him look after you. And then you just look after him in return. And you just be the feminine woman that he needs. I think that's what he said. You're shooting yourself in the foot by forcing yourself to go out and work, and you just don't know it. Right, that's my rambling over. Right, let's carry on with what he's saying. Oh, hold on. Did I lose where I was? Right, let's.
Last night, hello.
Hello.
Oh, hold on.
I want to be able to travel to Ghana and this and that. So I'm going to go burden my grandmother to make my grandmother raise my children so I can live this Instagram life. And I mean, if that's what you want, but I'm saying the kind of men that you ladies want to marry are looking for different kinds of women.
Right, let's move on.
What do you have to offer a man that he wants? to risk marriage. Men want family, and they want you to raise his children.
Mm-hmm.
If the only thing you're going to do is give birth, then he might as well be kicking it with the nanny or the daycare provider.
Mm-hmm.
But so many of you ladies today want to get out here and act like, see, this is why so many of you have devalued your most primary job. Like being a wife and a mother is simple. Yet I know most of you haven't even spent 1 week with a child. Y'all are crazy.
Being a wife and a mother is simple.
And then when it's too late, then all of a sudden, oh, I'm tired of working and this and that. Ladies, 90% of you, 85 to 90% of you.
I want to show you something. Ladies, I want to show you something. I've been wondering what it is about Mr. Samuels. What is it about Mr. Samuels? What is it? There's something strange about Mr. Samuels. I think Mr. Samuels looks like my ex-husband. Let me show you. Look at him with the glasses. Don't you think they kind of look alike? Right, let me show you another picture with the glasses. That's what it is. Because every time I look at him, I'm like, oh my God, this man reminds me of somebody. He reminds me, just the looks. He reminds me of my ex-husband that I was married to for 22 years before he went back to Africa. Let's see. There's a picture of him. Let's see. Wait, how do I make this? Don't you think they look kind of alike? They both got the same glasses. They both got the same beard. They got both same hair. They both got the same kind of structured facial structure, I think. It's just that my ex was a bit kind of bigger, but they're the same kind of height. Where is it? I think they kind of look alike, because that's why I keep looking at him. I'm like, he reminds me of both my ex-husband is M, and the guy I'm with now is M as well. But yeah, here's another one. So I think he reminds me of my ex. He reminds me of my ex. So anyway, back to the video. I just thought I'll show you that. They remind me of each other. That is
10% of you. Your place is with the man. It is a fantasy to think you're going to live your best life on one end freaking come. 6% of women in this country earn 6 figures or more.
That's true. I have friends.
I know plenty of 6-figure women who are chronically attached to the grind. And most, over my lifetime, have not liked it.
That's true. I have a friend who, I hope she doesn't mind me saying it, I'm not going to mention her name, but I have 2 friends who are very high income earners. And when I say very high income earners, in the UK, they earn like top 3%. Like one of them has got 8 houses. 8 houses. And she's under 50. The other one as well has got about 5 or 6 houses, but they've reached the pinnacle of their careers. The very top. They've been identified and validated by the government. Like one of them has a Queen's Medal, like an OBE. Like the Queen has given her an award for the work that she does in tech IT, right, in this country. She's a doctor of information technology at the very highest level. She's a doctorate of information technology. I'm a PhD. And I remember having a conversation with her about 8 years ago or so when I went to see her house, when I went to visit her at home, and she just bought this great big condo. It was her condo, which is one floor house, has more space than my 6-bedroom house. Heck, it was amazing. And she, at the time, had just bought a great big posh Cayenne. She travels about 6-7 times a year. You know, she can just get up and go and everything. And I remember we were having a very frank conversation with each other one day. And I said to her, girl, you have all these beautiful things. I'm just so envious of you. Because at the time I'd just gotten, so it was less than 5 years ago, I'd just gotten separated and I was learning IT so that I could get a job. And she was trying to put me through what to do and what to learn. And I said to her, you know, you're so lucky. I said to her, I just need to earn a lot more money now that I'm on my own. And, you know, you're so lucky. You have all these houses and everything and blah, blah, blah. And then she told me, said, Annette, listen, you don't know how lucky you are to have children. You don't know how lucky you are to have had a husband for the past 20 years or whatever it is. You don't know how lucky you are. She says, Annette, I will take everything I own right now. And these were her exact words. I would give it all up just to have a family if I had known everything that I know now. She says, because all this stuff, she goes, this is just stuff. She says she would have preferred to be able to come home and have a child say hello to her and come home and have a partner with her than to have, she said, yeah, I know I have stuff, but I would have engineered it differently if I knew, if I wouldn't have put so much into my career. She says, because, you know, sometimes she comes home and there's nobody there to say. When she goes anywhere, she says she doesn't even know what the feeling is like to have somebody waiting at home for you. She knows that she's always going to come home to an empty house. So because of that, she takes her mom and dad, and her mom and dad come and stay with her all the time, or her nieces and nephews and things. But she told me that. So he's right. I remember many years ago, I was looking at Condoleezza Rice, and she was so successful in the US government. But I remember looking at her at the time and thinking, but why did she not get married? She's not going to have kids. She's going to be on her own for a long time. And then you can be on your own, but it's not easy when you're older to be on your own. Like my mom was married and my mom has children, and we're always there. Like every weekend we do shifts. My children do shifts with her. My brother's children, she's 76 and she absolutely hates being on her own. And so we have the burden, which we don't mind because we love her, of doing shifts just to make sure she's not alone for too long. For more than a day. We very rarely leave her on her own for more than one day. And she was married with children, but unfortunately she outlived her husband. It's when you're young and you're like in your 40s, you don't mind. But trust me, by the time you start hitting 60, 65, I've seen it. I used to be a nurse and I used to be a district nurse. And one of my jobs as a district nurse was I had to go and give people treatment at home, so diabetics and all that. So I saw a lot of people who were living alone, and me coming to visit them once a week or once a day if they were diabetic was the only social interaction they were having. They had all their curtains drawn. They had gotten to the stage where they were only living in one room, even though they had a 5-bedroom house. They just didn't bother with going to the other rooms. So they brought their bed downstairs to the bedroom and they live in that one room, and then they go to the bathroom. And then when it's sunny, they sit outside by the front door just so they can see people. It's not fun being on your own, and being alone can affect both men and women, which is why I would encourage both sides to try and bridge the gap and try and get together so that you don't have to be on your own. It's not fun when you're older to be on your own, no matter how rich you are. I know millionaires who are on their own. They're not happy. So that's my own spiel about that. Let's carry on.
Whatever you have to offer to a man, You better get clear on what you're going to offer. And what a man wants is your respect, your appreciation, and your praise. You better learn how to rap to a man. A man wants your respect, appreciation, and your praise.
Okay,
I was going to do an entire video on that, but let me go ahead and break this down right now because I don't need an entire video. Get your notepads out, especially you older women.
Danger zone!
It is. Get your notepads out, ladies. I'm about to save your freaking life.
And if you want to know more, you can go to my High Value Women series, 20 qualities of a good woman. And I do talk about respect, appreciation, praise, and so many other things. So he is correct. I agree with that too.
Fuck your job. Fuck your 6 figures. Fuck your PhD. Screw all that. Forget all that. You know what a man wants? A man wants your respect in front and behind the scenes. He wants your respect when you're out there in the street, out there in public. He wants you to you reflect him.
That's very true.
He wants your respect. So you cannot say you respect your man if he is not your man, if he's not your number one concern, top of mind, everything that you think about doing, not your job. Your man. Not your friends, your man. Respect is something that men are fine-tuned to look for. And men know when we don't have respect. He wants it in front and behind. In front of the scenes and behind the scenes. He wants your appreciation, verbal and visible.
Knowing how important he is.
So many of you modern women are so damn closed off emotionally, you don't know how to give appreciation. Ask a modern woman when's the last time you wrote a love letter to a man. What is it?
A love letter. Hold on. I've not written a love letter because people don't write love letters, but you do write love texts, right? So you can write a love text, so you can tell your partner how much you appreciate them, like every single day. But love letters is just like, people don't do that anymore today. I don't know. Oh, hold on. Sorry, just seeing your... I just missed his message as well. Sorry, just seeing your message. I was making a video. 22:53. That's an hour ago. Let me see. Hold on. Okay. We can do the... Sorry, I'm just sorting something out. We can do the Novotel again if you want to. We're organizing. We're going for a birthday party this weekend, and he's trying to organize the hotel that we're going to stay at. So he's asking me if I like it, if we can stay in the same hotel again, and I'm saying yes. We can do the hotel again if you want to. It was quite nice. And had great views, which will be lovely to see again. Sorry guys, I might edit this out, but I just need to respond. We can leave the children at home. Sorry, let me just reply these messages. We can leave the children at home so they don't miss school. Sorry guys. We can leave the children at home so they don't miss school. It's been an hour since I messaged you, and I guess you're too busy to reply. Let's just make this call. Just see. Sorry, guys. Sorry. Okay, I'm just gonna say I'm okay with whatever decision you make. If you want to drive back, we can take the children. Okay, sorry guys, sorry about that. I had to reply to some messages that I'd forgotten about. So sorry, forgive me. But I had to sort that out with my guy. He had sent me messages and I hadn't seen them. Right, okay, let's carry on. What were we saying? Let's just carry on. Okay.
I'm gonna say it, you're gonna get mad. Most modern women are emotionally fucking constipated.
Emotionally constipated.
Because emotions put you in your feminine.
Oh, I remember. He was saying that most women do not know how to appreciate their men, and that they had to be able to respect the man, appreciate him, and praise him. And he was saying about the love letter. And then I picked up my phone to see if I'd written anything. I do that all the time by text. Because even in Nigeria, there's this thing we used to say, Olowo Rimi, like we kneel down and greet our husbands in Nigeria. We pretty much put them ahead of everything because they pay our dowry, and we know that you should. That's just the way it is, okay? My second time around, I'm not with a Nigerian, I'm with an English guy, and so he doesn't require the same amount of like dogmatic, visible signs of respect, like kneeling down in front of him, or like, you know, like really being like a like feeding him, and we feed him, but not like, he's a bit more kind of laid back. So but I still respect him the same, but the way he sees respect is a bit different from how an African man would want you to respect them, but it's still the same amount of respect. So Kevin is right. Then he said that we're emotionally constipated because we don't know how, we've lost our feminine feelings, and we don't know how to be did you say vulnerable? But let's carry on.
And your feminine puts you in your vulnerable. You're so used to taking care of yourself and know what you have to do. You are emotionally constipated and driving yourself to destruction.
Because women are used to looking after themselves.
Appreciation, verbal and visible. You must say it often. I love you.
Day.
I appreciate you. This wouldn't work without you. You make my life better.
So much so.
Don't assume he knows it. Say it.
Excuse me, guys.
I don't want to get on his nerves and just say it. Mm-hmm. Check your French toast ego and screw your pride. Keep your man verbal and visible. Show it.
I agree with Kevin.
How many times do I walk out here and I see non-black couples and the woman's all hugged up on the man? I walk out here and black. Why don't you grab your man? Why don't you? I saw a man trying to hold his woman's hand, and she was kind of like trying to open the door for her. Fucking men.
So women don't like
want to be women.
The door for them anymore.
Relax in your feminine. Your feminine. Oh, appreciation, verbal and visible. When a woman appreciates a man,
you know. Sorry to cut, but this happens as well in the Scandinavian countries. In the Scandinavian countries, if a man opens the door for a woman, the woman sees it as a sign of disrespect. So he's right. Even in the UK, women shun chivalry. Women who are very feminists, they shun chivalry. And this societal shunning of male chivalry has made the men recoil from showing that kind of protective behavior towards women. So we're now, most of us, left on our own. And that's why now Men are afraid to show any kind of protective instinct towards a woman because the woman might think that, do you think I'm not strong? Do you think, are you trying to call me weak? Do you think, what's wrong with being weak? I think being weak is a strength. Being weak is actually being strong. Did I say that well? Being able to be weak and in your feminine energy is a strength. Why would I want to do man's work? You know, like, I can't remember. It's almost everything in the house. Like, he knows I don't like doing men's work. I prefer to only do women's work. You know, like, I don't even know how to open my electric meter to do a meter reading because it's none of my business. If he doesn't do it, then we have to get somebody else to come, the electrician. I don't want to do it. I don't want to know how to change a tire. I only learned how to mow a lawn like last year, and I hate doing it because I just think, are you laughing at me? My daughter is laughing. My daughter is laughing at me. Okay. But basically, you know, I don't like doing men's work. I like doing girls' work, like cooking and cleaning and looking after kids and anything that involves having a hammer or fixing a bath or painting a wall or changing a curtain. Anything that involves screws or anything like that, I am not interested. Or even when I buy my microphone, you see, I bought this beautiful microphone. I can't use it because I need somebody to come and show me how it works. It's too much stress for my brain. So we need to go back into our feminine space and let the men look after us.
You can tell it. It's the way she looks at him. You can tell when a woman appreciates a man, the way she sits by him. And here's the problem. So many good men are doing good so long that many of you ladies start to take them for granted and you start to think they're boring. And then that's why you need therapy. So you can understand your dysfunction to where you think being nice is boring. Respect. In front and behind the scenes, appreciation, verbal and visible, and praise, overt and often. Mm-hmm. Overt praise. Open your mouth. Use that tongue you have that's so sharp.
Mr. Samuels, you don't want me to open my mouth right now because I'm eating. But no, I'm only trying to joke. But yeah, you're right. Ladies, he's right. You do need to praise your guy. So many of these of the level up world, unfortunately, is misdirected women. I have a video on my channel called I Am the Prize. I Am the Prize. But that was me. It's called I Am the Prize. But that's me. I'm English, so I kind of do everything in reverse. I was being sarcastic. It's called I Am the Prize. But if you actually open the video, you'll see that I'm saying exactly what Kevin Salmon says. I call them the I Am the Prize Brigade. So many women have been conditioned into thinking that they don't need to be nice to men. And basically, you're kind of cheating yourself out of good men if you think like that. So yeah, a good man who is looking after you and paying for everything and taking care of you is a prize. Because then you won't need to suffer. He's making sure you don't suffer. You know? You can't have a job with Google and they're paying your salary, but you think you're the price to Google. when Google is the one paying your salary. So it's kind of warped thinking. It doesn't mean Google has to treat you badly when you're his employee. The man also has a responsibility to protect you and to be kind to you and to treat you like his baby, like, to treat you well. So there is that responsibility that comes from the man. But yeah, he's affording you the opportunity to be able to stay at home and look after your children and have a very comfortable life. Then he needs to be appreciated for that. It's just how it is. And when you're the kind of wife that he wants and the kind of woman that he wants, he will appreciate you too. So it is a mutual appreciation. It's not like one person appreciates the other person, but we're appreciating each other for completely different reasons. I'm appreciating you because because he's a provider, protector. He has given me all the security I need in my whole life, to the point where, God forbid, I hope he lives to 110. But if anything happens, he's made sure that I won't suffer. But then it's my job in return to make sure he has a good life with me and peace of mind. And if he's sick, then I have to make sure that he's comfortable. If it's, like I said, respect, admire, praise, appreciate. Just do everything you can for the guy that's doing everything for you. You have to pretty much do everything for him in return. Nobody else should be number one. He's number one. That's the deal, ladies. That is the deal. That's what Mr. Samuels is trying to say, I think. There are other things that I don't always agree with Mr. Samuel. All this that men should be cheating and all that. I'm from a polygamous background and all that, so I agree about polygamy because I'm African, right? But I think some unevolved men can read some of what Mr. Samuel says and think that it's just kind of a license to go around. Oh, but Mr. Samuel said we can all cheat. Mr. Samuel said no. Mature men know how to do these things in a matured way. Some don't even need to do it, but when the big boys are playing like that, they know the rules most of the time. Like 98% of the time, they know the rules of that kind of modus operandi. And the women involved all know the rules. But the problem is with 1.2 million followers, and when I look at some of the comments I see that there's still a lot of unevolved men who think that what he's saying is just go sleeping around and women don't have a choice. I don't think that's what Mr. Samuels is actually saying or means. Right, let's continue listening to him. I want this video not to be more than an hour if I can help it. So let's continue.
See, you're more willing to cut him than you're willing to praise him. You need to praise at 10 times a time, 9 times, and then criticize once. But we're more willing to criticize than praise. Overt praise. Thank
Open
you.
praise.
Oh, that was nice. No, put some goddamn adjectives on it. Use that PhD.
I'm a PhD.
Use that English degree and use some of them highfalutin college words you got and put some goddamn praise behind it.
Mm-hmm.
Use that thesaurus and stop saying nice or good. Come up with new ways to praise your man.
Mm-hmm.
Overt and often. Yeah, every goddamn day. Every day. You should not go to bed unless you praise your man.
Thank you, good night, and pray for your man. Yeah.
I like to praise you like I should. Yeah. Modern women need to learn how to rap to their men. Respect in front and behind. Appreciation.
Okay.
Yep. Appreciation, verbal and visible, and praise, overt and often. If you can't do that, buy a dog. Die alone. That's all you're suitable for. Because the kind of men that you want deserve women who at least are willing to do that bare minimum. That's the minimum. That's the minimum. And there are some women who think that's doing a lot. That's why you can't keep a good man. And guys are starting to wake up and understand and recognize their value. And the reason so many of our women can't do it is because you have not been taught to put your men first. A man is at best something you choose to settle for when you get tired.
And I don't think that the man has to be rich for you to praise him, because there are a lot of decent, hardworking men who are blue-collar husbands and who are great fathers, and who, I know we like to say high value and talk about the 10%, but or top 5% or 3%. But actually, I would like to put it to you, ladies and gentlemen, that, you know, the vast majority of guys are not going to be earning six figures. They're just going to be like normal guys who are earning 40, 50, 60, 70, 80. Because if you look at the statistics of the labor statistics in America and the UK, most people are just earning a normal wage. And it's just nice to appreciate your partner, period. Point blank, period. It's just nice to appreciate your husband. We call it partner in the UK because in the UK, partner is an official term, which is for unmarried people. And that's on the forms, on the government forms. If you're unmarried, but you've been living together like common law, they call you actually PAR, TNER, partner. So what was I saying? Regardless of whether he's earning a whole lot of money or not, as long as he's a man that's working hard, and as long as both of you are in a relationship, and as long as, you know, he's doing his bit that he can do to the best of his ability, you should appreciate him. You should rap to him. And from that point of view, he too would be appreciating you for all the feminine energy and for both of you working in a team if you're both earning the same amount of money. So I don't think that rapping to a man or the man rapping to a woman is actually limited to just very rich men. However, if you have a man that's meeting all your needs over and beyond what an average man does, girl, you better go and hire some tambourines. You better go and hire some tambourines and get a microphone and make sure you sing from the, okay, maybe not from the rooftop, because you don't want all the other hyenas to know that you've got a man that's so great and then they come and steal your man. But you got to let him know that you really appreciate him. You got to know. He's got to know. Right, let's carry on because I want to finish this now.
Your man is at best somebody you choose to partner with versus being your purpose. I'll have a kid, but I don't want to lose on. Come on, man. Brothers are like, that's right. They think they should be praised. Right. You are having to praise your man. Tell them about the muse. The power of life and death lies in the tongue. Ladies,
what's he got down there, Muse?
Understand, you have everything you need to win. Many of you out there are working yourselves to death, crying yourself to sleep, stressed, broken, like them young ladies. I could see the fear in her eyes, and then I could see one of them trying to act so she's tough, and I'm like, you just a big ball of goo. I told both of these women, I think it is sad so many of our women have isolated themselves from us. When we were sitting around in every other table, we saw non-black folks, husbands and wives, boyfriends or girlfriends, black folks, single as French toast, looking good.
Oh, that's sad.
And yes, ladies, it is going to be required for you to humble yourself and come back to your men.
Winter is coming.
That's right.
I keep hearing this winter is coming.
It's going to be required for you to come back and humble your men. Now, I understand some
What
of
does
y'all be
that mean,
like,
guys? Tell
tell
me
me
in the
like
comment
this.
box. When they keep saying winter is coming, what does
I
that
know,
mean?
I know you mad. I know. I'm sorry.
I know what winter is coming means, but
I didn't make it this way.
there's always winter every year.
But I guarantee you
don't be
this.
on your own when it's cold. Sorry, I'm a bit naive, so I don't understand the American
Your
slangs.
strong feeling, the feeling you're having to reject is going against your human nature. That's a result of the programming.
Of feminism. Mm-hmm.
The things I'm saying, like cooperation and submission, should not grate your nerves.
That's normal.
That ain't how you're naturally supposed to be. You're all in your masculine. So we're going to ask you, what do you bring to the table, or what do you offer the man that he wants that you haven't given to another man? That shouldn't be offensive. You should be like, well, damn. Because I'm telling you right now, as a man, this would not work with it, ladies. I could not come to you and say, hey, Melissa, look here. I want you to be the mother of my children, and I want you to be my wife. Okay? Now, my ex-girlfriend, I bought her a Mercedes, and I got her a nice home. Okay? That's my ex-girlfriend. But now I want you to be my wife, but I want to put you in this apartment, and I want to get you a bus pass.
Or a jalopy.
How that work?
No,
you want to be my wife? Melissa?
It's not going to work at all.
Melissa be like this. There's no way in hell you accept that deal. Wait a minute. You gave your girlfriend a Mercedes and bought her a home, paid off her college debt, and you want me to live in an apartment.
That's the Roadrunner.
And you're going to give you a bus pass. There's no honor in being your wife. Oh, then what's the honor in being your husband? Oh, shit! Go to hell!
Yes, it was the Roadrunner.
All right, well,
you're not going to hell for saying the truth.
Wednesday show is going to be a banger.
Right. Okay.
Wednesday show is going to be a banger because there is a way out of this, ladies. I spent several weeks just thinking, watching, observing. There is a way out of this if you are willing to give me two things or three things. One, if you're willing to come and sit down and listen in good faith.
Okay. I think he's finished, but basically I think there is a way out.
If you are willing to risk.
I think there is a way out. I think a lot of women really do need to go to femininity school. They do really need to speak to women who have been wives. They do really need to, be taught how to be a good wife in general. I think there is definitely a gap there. So, there you go. So that's my review of his video. I've actually thoroughly enjoyed reviewing this video. It's fun. I wasn't triggered by anything he said. I still don't like hearing the digital whip. But it's a thing that he... Oh, hold on. I think that's the reply I was waiting for. Okay, so I still don't like the digital whip, but it's something that everybody's used to. So if you like this review, let me know what you think. Put your comments in the link put your comments in the comment box. Let me know what you think, ladies. Let me know what you think, everybody else. I'm tired. It's 5 minutes past midnight and it's way past my bedtime, so I'm gonna go to bed. You can watch the 20 qualities of a good wife and girlfriend. For the men, I did qualities of a good husband and partner. I did the high value women series. These are all in my library, or I might actually put a link to the playlists in the description box. It's so late. I'm tired. All right, guys and ladies, I enjoyed reviewing Mr. Samuels. I would see if I want to do other ones. But yeah, I enjoyed reviewing this particular one. Okay, so tomorrow, which is September the 9th, I'm going to be doing a live, which had been scheduled 2-3 days ago or so, which is about, should women support their men? Should women help men build? Okay, that should be interesting. That's going to be live. It's at 12 o'clock GMT, British time, in the afternoon tomorrow. I'll see you guys there. Take care and have a good evening. Bye. Namaste. Oh, don't forget to like, subscribe, and share. All right. Bye. Right. How do we end this? End broadcast.